Get ready to dive into the fascinating world of the Megalodon with 10 incredible facts. How big were they? Let's find out. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So make sure to watch the entire video for the best Megalodon facts, and please subscribe to our channel. Here are some really cool facts about this gigantic shark. Number 10, create a gigantic tooth replica. The Megalodon was an extremely large shark that lived approximately 23 to 3.6 million years ago. It is estimated that the length of its body could reach up to 15 to 20 meters, which is comparable to the length of a school bus. In addition, it weighed approximately 60 tons. To put this into perspective, a fully grown blue whale weighs about 190 tons. Therefore, the Megalodon was almost twice as heavy as a blue whale. Its teeth were also enormous, reaching a maximum size of 18 centimeters in length. They were designed for crushing prey such as whales and other large sea creatures. So, it's possible that it may have lived longer than its modern-day counterpart. You can imagine how powerful the jaws of this shark were. This is equivalent to the weight of 3 double-decker buses. If you wanted to see a replica of the Megalodon's teeth, you could visit the Natural History Museum in London or the American Museum of Natural History in New York. These museums have several preserved specimens that show the true size and shape of these ancient teeth. The museum replicas give us an idea of the power that this shark possessed. Number 9. Bigger than the Titanic. The Megalodon was a massive creature that lived in the oceans millions of years before the sinking of the Titanic. However, if the two were to meet, who would win? Well, Megalodon was definitely bigger than the Titanic. The Titanic was a ship that sank in 1911 after hitting an iceberg. It was 269 meters long and 14 meters wide. On the other hand, the Megalodon was a shark that lived millions of years ago and was estimated to be around 15 to 20 meters long. That means the Megalodon was at least twice as long as the Titanic. Not only was the Megalodon longer than the Titanic, but it was also much heavier. The Titanic weighed approximately 47,000 tons, while the Megalodon weighed an estimated 60 tons. This means that the Megalodon was about 10 times heavier than the Titanic. In terms of height, the Megalodon was estimated to be between 15 and 20 meters tall, while the Titanic was only 44 meters tall. That means the Megalodon was at least twice as tall as the Titanic. So, if the Megalodon and the Titanic were to meet, it's safe to say that Megalodon would definitely win. Number 8. What food did the Megalodon mostly eat? A Megalodon was an apex predator, which means it was at the top of the food chain and ate almost anything it wanted. However, the Megalodon primarily ate whales. This is because Megalodon lived during a time when whales were abundant in the oceans. Additionally, whales were large and provided a lot of nutrition, making them an ideal food source. There are also other theories that say Megalodon fed on huge schools of fish or even other sharks. Its massive size and powerful jaws allowed it to capture and consume prey. In fact, it is believed that Megalodon's teeth were specifically adapted for catching and tearing apart large prey such as whales. Overall, Megalodon's diet consisted of a variety of sea creatures, but whales were its primary food source. Number 7. How big were their teeth? The Megalodon had the largest teeth of any known species that has ever existed on Earth. Its teeth were not only massive in size, but also incredibly strong and sharp. The largest tooth ever discovered was a whopping 18 centimeters long, which is larger than the average human hand. These teeth were perfectly designed for catching and tearing apart prey such as whales and other large sea creatures. Each tooth was shaped like a cone and had a serrated edge that looked like a saw blade. This made it easy for the Megalodon to slice through flesh and bone with ease. The teeth were also very durable and could withstand the immense pressure of the deep ocean. To give you an idea of just how big that is, imagine seeing a shark that size swimming towards you in the water. But unlike mammalian bones, Megalodon teeth were constantly replaced throughout its lifetime. As a result, the Megalodon had rows upon rows of sharp, ready-to-use teeth at all times. These teeth were not just useful for catching prey, but also for crushing and tearing through the toughest of sea creatures with ease. Number 6. How many teeth did they have? The Megalodon, an extinct species of shark, had a set of impressive chompers that would put any modern-day shark to shame. But just how many teeth did this toothy monster have? Unfortunately, no complete jawbone of a Megalodon has ever been found, so it's impossible to say exactly how many teeth it had. However, scientists have made some pretty good estimates by studying the tooth sockets of Megalodon skulls. Researchers have estimated that the shark had between 20 and 30 teeth in each of its upper and lower jaws. That means the Megalodon had a total of 40 to 60 teeth at any given time. But wait, there's more, because Megalodons were constantly losing and replacing their teeth throughout their lives. It's possible that some individuals had even more teeth. Just imagine the sight of a Megalodon swimming towards you with its mouth full of 60 giant teeth. Talk about a nightmare fuel. Number 5. When did the Megalodon live? The colossal shark that dominated the oceans millions of years ago left its mark on the world in a way that few creatures ever have. But when exactly did this behemoth call Earth home? Well, according to fossil evidence, Megalodon swam in the seas from the early Miocene epoch until the late Pliocene epoch. This means that this massive shark was around for approximately 20 million years. During this time, Megalodon was the undisputed ruler of the oceans, feasting on giant squid, basking sharks, and even whales. But sadly, Megalodon's reign came to an end around 3.6 million years ago, possibly due to changes in ocean temperatures and prey availability. Number 4. How old was the Megalodon? The prehistoric shark is believed to have lived anywhere between 23 and 3.6 million years ago. So, how old was this giant beast? While there is no definitive answer to this question, scientists estimate that Megalodon reached sexual maturity around the age of 20, and females are believed to have lived up to 50. This means that the average lifespan of a Megalodon was roughly the same as that of a great white shark. However, it's worth noting that Megalodon was significantly larger than great white sharks, so it's possible that it may have lived longer than its modern-day counterpart. Number 3. Great white. When compared to its smaller cousin, the great white shark, a Megalodon was truly a giant. The great white shark is already considered the largest predatory fish alive today, with a maximum length of 6 meters and a weight of 2,268. This fearsome predator is capable of reaching speeds of up to 45 kilometers per hour in the water, making it one of the fastest sharks in the ocean. Despite its impressive size and speed, the great white shark is dwarfed by the Meg. The Megalodon was at least twice the length and 5 times the weight of the great white shark. This means that the Megalodon was a true behemoth of the ocean, capable of taking on much larger prey than its smaller cousin. So while the great white shark is undoubtedly a formidable predator, it is only a tiny fraction of the size and power of the Meg. Number 2. How heavy was it? The giant shark that lived millions of years ago is said to have been one of the heaviest creatures to ever exist on Earth. According to fossil evidence, this massive shark could weigh anywhere between 55 to 60 tons. That's heavier than a fully grown blue whale. To give you an idea of just how heavy that is, imagine trying to lift a fully grown African elephant that's just under 6 tons. Now multiply that by 10, and you start to get an idea of how much this massive shark weighed. It's truly mind-boggling to think about a creature that big swimming around in the ocean. Number 1. How big was it? The Megalodon is said to have been one of the largest creatures to ever live in the ocean. According to fossil evidence, this massive shark could grow up to 20 meters long. That's about the size of a school bus. To give you an idea of just how big that is, imagine seeing a shark that size swimming towards you in the water. It would be truly terrifying. Unfortunately, Megalodon went extinct millions of years ago, so we'll never know for sure how big these creatures could get. But the fossils that have been found suggest that they were gigantic. Well guys, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We've got lots more interesting videos coming up that you won't want to miss out on. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.